So, Katie, what does a pre-transplant kidney diet look like?
So this really can vary depending on the individual. So there is no standard renal diet. It does depend on factors like your age, your weight, your blood results, also your dialysis modality, if you're on hemodialysis, if you're on peritoneal dialysis. If you're not yet on dialysis, we would be wanting to make sure you're not having an excessive protein diet. There is good research showing that a plant-based diet may be beneficial. We would be wanting people to be following a low salt diet, so aiming for less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day. And we would be looking at your blood results and seeing whether or not you do need to be on a phosphate restriction, possibly a potassium restriction. But as I said, it is very individual. And it's really important to be finding out from your transplant team or your kidney dietitian, doctors, the best diet for you. When it comes to restricting potassium and phosphate, I think, if anyone wants to Google renal diet, that's what comes up. A list of a lot of foods you've got to avoid. But there has been a recent shift in the last few years around, certainly when it comes to potassium, and it's less about now focusing on the plant foods that are rich in potassium to avoid, and it's more about focusing now on the potassium additives that are in foods to avoid. We know that those plant foods, the potassium in them is actually not well absorbed in the body, whereas potassium additives and similarly phosphate additives, they are well absorbed. So it's more about focusing on reducing those processed foods that are high in those additives. And a kidney dietitian can help provide further education around that in terms of which are the additives to limit and which are the common foods that have those additives in them.